Wilshire Gun Podcast, episode 35, take one, Mark.
Welcome to the Wilshire Gun Podcast.
Month of love, shortest month. Well, not quite as short this year, leap year and whatnot. Pesky calendar. Now, but welcome to February, guys. Wilshire Gun Podcast. Here we are, trying something new, a little bit different intro. I always feel like, man, it's such and such. It's February, so we're gonna get right through it. I'm actually gonna switch it up a little bit this time. I'm gonna talk about retail first instead of training, because training's got something pretty exciting for the holiday season, right? So let's get right into it. Retail, February sales. I got my flyer right here. Aaron's going to have these out starting on February 1st. Give you some of the highlights. We got 870s on sale. Cases are on sale. If you ever wanted to get into that LPVO game, they're on sale. Got a big old clearance wall up the front now. It's all on sale. A lot of good stuff on here, guys. I mean, there's a pretty good list. Like I said, I don't want to spoil them all because I want you guys to come in here and look. However, last month, we didn't cover it in last month's podcast because I didn't know it was going to be a thing. Aaron started in 2024, basically guns of the month. We have a rifle of the month, we have a pistol of the month, and then we have a SIG gun of the month. SIG gun of the month is going to be a 365 tac pack, so you can get you a tac pack with some extra discounts. That's the one that comes with extra mags. A lot of times they come with a holster. It's a holster. It is a holster. It's not the holster. But it's still nice to have, if it's at least a backup, it'll work. Pistol of the month. He has pistol of the month, but then he lists multiple. So it's pistols of the month, apparently. We got Tisa 1911s. Bunch of stuff out of the HK family, the VP9s, the USP Expert, and the 412 22 pistol. All of those are going to be on nice fat sale. And then the rifle of the month is actually this bad boy right here. This is the Hammerly 22. This little gun right here is a less known contender in that AR-22 market. However, I'm not super familiar with the Hammerleys. However, the guys that actually manufactured this, Umarex, are a German company. And if you have, a 416 22, an MP5 22, any of those 22s, more than likely it's made by Umarex. They actually make pretty solid 22s. A lot of them get imported through different companies that, slap their name on them. But I can tell you, even though, like I said, I don't know a whole lot about Hammerly, I do know about Umarex, and I've seen a lot of their stuff, and they make quality stuff. And honestly, this little 22 is pretty solid. All metal, decent enough iron sights on it. Little 22 bolt, like it's gonna run. So just a little fun gun if you've been looking to pick up another 22, which everybody should, honestly have a pile of them. Pretty slick little gun right here. And you're going to be able to take it home for $357.99. So under $400, taxman gets his. It'll come probably right at about $400 after the sale. But fun little plinker. Comes with the mags. Like I said, nifty little, AR 1522. And it is February's rifle of the month. So that's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting. So come pick one of these up. Come check them out. And as always, you buy a gun, you get a free private lesson or a range pass. So up to you. You buy a gun, you get to shoot on us. We want you to come in and shoot. We want you to, come hang out with us. All that good stuff. All right. February sales. Done. Great. Get that out of here. Training stuff. All right, let's get into training. some pretty exciting stuff happening in training, some shakeup. New pistol classes. We've been running fundamentals for basically ever. Those classes have gone the way of the dodo. We've revamped them, we've redesigned them, we've moved some stuff around in them. And now we used to run, red dot 1, red dot 2, red dot 3. Those got into a real ambiguous place because they were being run with intermediate and advanced pistol as well. All of that, like I said, that whole thing. Red dot 1 is sticking around because it is a true red dot introduction. Still a great class, only $50. Get you spun up on red dots and how they work. But like I said, it kind of stands over here now in the hierarchy of the training pipeline. The new class is Handgunner, the Handgunner series. So it's Handgunner 1, 2, and 3. And what it's going to cover is basically, it's that same kind of structure, but like I said, the information's been mixed around. They've kind of tuned them to cover what you actually need for there and integrated them all together a little bit better. So red dot 1, you could start there with just a basic red dot if you're new into a red dot. If your red dot's already zeroed and you're comfortable with that, Handgunner 1, we're going to start again, basic level handgunning stuff, shooting, all that kind of stuff. We move into Handgunner 2. That's going to be where I feel like a lot of people will start to benefit. Handgunner 1 is a great class, and you should absolutely take it at least once. Because even if you're a pretty good shot, you'll always pick something else up new, right? Having somebody else look over your shoulder, say, hey, why don't you try this a little bit, and you have that epiphany, and what do you know? Handgunner 2 is where stuff starts transitioning more into real-world carry, that kind of stuff. So Handgunner 2 is all holster stuff. It's holster work, it's drawing, it's getting shots from here to there, and getting shots on target properly. Basically the baseline of if you're going to defensively carry a handgun, you need to have an understanding of how the draw process, how all that works. That's Handgunner 2, and then Handgunner 3, we start getting into more tactics kind of stuff, moving around, right? We get our pistol out, we get shots on target. What's next, right? Do we move? Do we not move? Do we reevaluate? Do we have to transition targets? There's a lot of things that Handgunner 3 starts to work about. Now, I haven't really dove into all of the training classes and what they really mean. But while we're here and kind of on that segment, this can be more of our conversational part of the podcast. I feel like the last few podcasts have really been me kind of news anchoring you guys, deals, sales. There hasn't been really any, content, like consumable information, right? Like, learning information. So let's start with that. So we have our, training deal. We got Red Dot 1. We now have the Handgunner series, which I think everybody that defensively carries a handgun should go through. Even if you're the greatest shot in the world, practice makes perfect, and you should always be practicing. That skill is perishable. So just come check it out. On the side of those, there are some pistol adjacent classes that are also pretty interesting. And really they really don't get the attendance they really should. So if you have your handgunner, running in the center, we have precision pistol and we have defeating the holster. And what those two classes really cover, right? Precision pistol is, they're going to take stuff out of Handgunner 1, your basics, your grip, your other stuff like that, and they're really going to fine tune you into, I can hit an A zone at 5 yards. Well, can you punch the A out of an A zone at 25 yards? That's where precision pistol is really going to take that up. And I mean, if you think about it, right, the normal defensive shooting is 3 to 7 yards. And I feel like a lot of people draw that line in the sand of, I can hit the target at 7 yards, I am good. But there have been many examples of dudes doing that, more so. The guy down in Texas shot that guy in the church. It was like a 25-yard headshot, and the guy was moving, and, he ripped out and put that guy down. That's important. I mean, that's further than 7 yards. The guy up in the mall, I think it was in one of the north states, Wisconsin or somewhere. He dropped on him with a Hellcat at 40 yards. The guy shooting in a mall. And I think it was like he had like 9 hits at 40 yards or something like that. I'm making those stats up. I don't actually know the specific ones, but he made several contacting hits with that guy at quite a shot. And so it is always important, right? Just like with anything else, to practice more than what you expect to do. So, if I'm going to go learn how to play baseball, if I can hit a 70-mile-an-hour fastball, but, our slow pitch softball league is only throwing 40 or whatever, then I'm ahead of the curve, right? Because I can hit a 70-mile-an-hour fastball. Same thing. If I can center punch an A target at 25 yards, then I shouldn't have any problem at 7. But that is definitely, I would rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it, because you never know where you find yourself, right? And I don't want to sound doom and gloomy all the time, but it's a big responsibility to carry a gun every day, that you are personally taking as you get out there. And so that is definitely one. I want you guys to be prepared as you can. And we try to prepare these classes to help you guys with that. So come take a look at some of the new handgunner classes and some of the offshoots, right? All of those classes should be taken. And truth be told, you can take all of those classes, which that's 2, 4, 7, 9, 11, 12 hours worth of training, right? That's a full day's worth of training. That's multiple days worth of training. And cost on all of that is going to cost you less than one of the big training classes. It's all one day, right? They're going to pile all that information in there. You're not going to absorb it. And that's kind of why training in these bite-size like nuggets is nice, because you get to go in there, you get to do it, you get to reflect on it, absorb it, practice it on your own, and then come back and build on it. So handgunners, red dot, precision, and defeating the holster, all big. I actually didn't cover defeating the holster. It is, that's going to be a holster draw class, right? So getting the presentation, a lot of the stuff in Handgunner 2 is going to be equivalent to defeating the holster. However, because we're doing only really holster, getting stuff out of the holster, we're going to get a lot more reps there in defeating the holster. That's really what it's built for, helping you figure out holster choice, helping you figure out, position of carry. All that good stuff is covered in that defeating the holster class. So come check that one out too. Okay, so pistols, I've beat them to death. Everybody knows your pistol is just the tool to get to your rifle, right? Well, congratulations. We have now opened up the first portion of what is more than likely going to be multiple class series of carbines. So we have opened up our intro or fundamentals or whatever you want to call it, our first level class of defensive carbine for the home. I think its actual title is Fundamentals of Defensive Carbine. And what this is going to cover, a lot of guys have moved away from the shotguns or pistols. A lot of guys have AR-15s, have modern sporting rifles or something similar. PCPs, don't do drugs. PCCs, PCC carbines that, again, function as, full-length rifles. And what this is really going to talk about, this first level, is reaction to shot, basically reactionary shots with a carbine, presentation, making accurate shots, holdover. A lot of guys don't know anything about holdover, and that's, in a defensive situation, holdover is kind of king, because you're utilizing a tool that's made to shoot way out, not way out, right? So that's definitely an important one to touch on, holdovers. Defensive carbine. I think there's only one up in February right now, and by the time you guys are seeing this, a lot of these February classes have already been announced. It could be full. However, we're going to have more of those coming. So in the following months, be checking out defensive carbine. Definitely a cool one. A lot of guys have asked for it. Now, the last little training deal I'm going to talk about is I can't go into a lot of detail about it, of what's really going on with it. However, I'm going to give you that hint. Our shoot house is not going to be here forever. There's some things going on with it. Doesn't matter. What I'm saying is the simunitions classes, the home defense simunitions classes, they're not going to be here forever. So if you have any interest or have ever perked an eyebrow at it, now is the time to sign up with them. Because obviously when that goes, it goes, and I can't schedule any more of those classes. And I will tell you guys, that is some of the best training you can actually do, because it is not just a paper or cardboard man, staring blankly back at you. That is a moving, simulated, like live simulated target using the simunitions, and that is invaluable stuff. If you've ever actually wondered what is it like for a home intruder situation, that stuff right there is some of the best stuff you can do, because it's as close as you can actually get, right? So, simunitions, not unlimited. Get them while you can. All right. So now, the last little bit of training. Like I said, I've kind of rambled on. I kind of went back into that news anchory stuff. But hopefully you guys have taken something from it. And hopefully I see some of you guys train. Some of the, repeat guys that have already taken them, come back and take them again. Some of you guys that have never taken them, some of you ladies that have never taken them, come try them out. Worst case, you absolutely hate it, and you never have to come back. I'm not going to force you to do it, but I would hate for you to not at least try. Okay. Our training department this month is also hosting the Valentine's Day. I don't have a clever name for it. I don't know if he has a name for it, but he didn't tell it to me. So I'm gonna make something up on the spot right here, right now. The Valentine's couples shoot extravaganza competition match thing, right? What that actually means. Starting February 1st, couples are going to be able to come in together. It's a $15 fee, and it's basically a competition, bullseye style kind of shoot, a his and her shoot, really. And I have the target we're going to be using, and it's very cheesy, but here it is, right? There's a his target, a her target, and a together target. And what this is, it's 20 rounds. He shoots 5 here, she shoots 5 here, they each shoot 5 here. Total score is score, right? And then right there, getting towards Valentine's, they're going to score them, and the winner, right, whichever couple shoots the highest score, we're going to pay for dinner. We're going to pay for that Valentine's night date, and it's definitely going to be a dinner worth getting, right? So $15, you come shoot, and then obviously winner gets paid with dinner. 15-yard shoot, 20 rounds, his and hers on this target. It's going to be awesome, right? So don't miss your chance. We want to have all you guys in here shooting with your ladies or whoever. So going to be a good time. Come shoot our Valentine's Day extravaganza target competition thing. Like I said, that'll start when you guys see this video. It'll be rolling February 1st. Other than that, I didn't really touch on it much last podcast. It's one of those deals that this is where I'm just gonna kind of be genuine, right? Like all you guys that ever come up to me and that you tell me you see me on the podcast and all that other stuff, that's one of those deals that's so cool. Like I did not expect to be doing this, going through school, doing whatever, and seeing you guys interact with it, and then catching me in the store and getting your range passes or whatever, and that's an awesome feeling. But 2024, we're coming into 2024. We are in 2024. We're a month in, right? And last month I said something like, it's going to be a good one or whatever, which who knows what the year's going to bring. But the big point about this is, it's one of these be excellent to one another, right? Bill and Ted. Whatever 2024 brings, right? The election, whatever else. Be cool, guys. Like don't jump off a bridge. Don't do nothing wild, right? 2024, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be as good as we make it, right? We the people, all that other stuff. So I hope the rest of 2024 is great for everybody. I hope to have you guys come in and see us. I always love it when you guys do. And until then, can't wait to see you. Come shoot. I look forward to it. I love you is the word this month. I love you.